Welcome back, all my fellow D-Leaguers, all you big swingers, anyone else in between. My name is Michael, this is D-League BP, and in this video I want to do another honest review of a pitching machine. This time I have the Pin PopToss by, you guessed it, PopToss. So let's get into what I like about this little pitching machine, what I don't like about this little pitching machine, and whether or not you need to go spend your hard-earned money on, you guessed it, this pitching machine. Okay, so this first machine I'm loading up is the green pitching machine by PopToss. I use it extensively on this channel. I've done a full review that you can see. I'll link it below in the description. But I'm just going to load it and walk away, and it's going to fire on its own. And here, the second one, I'm going to load it the exact same way, but in order to fire the Pin PopToss, I'm going to actually have to use the bat to trigger it. Alright, so if you're familiar with the green pitching machine by PopToss, if you see my video or you've used it, you're gonna be very kind of familiar with what's going on here in the Pin PopToss because they're very similar products. Both of them are the same size pitching machines. They both weigh basically the same amount. They're spring operated with a plunger, and what you do is you push this plunger down, you use a bat to do it. Like I'm going to show you here in this video. And then what happens is each machine, when it gets to the bottom, locks down here in place. Now, in the green pitching machine is a solo, and it's vacuum sealed. So it creates a vacuum when you get the plunger to the bottom, and that slowly releases, giving you time to walk back to the batter's box before it fires. The Pin PopToss, on the other hand, actually locks in place using a pin mechanism. So when you push it down, this pin's going to slide into place, holding the spring in place until you actually push the mechanism to release it. All right, so let's start with the cons. What don't I like about the Pin PopToss? First, I still don't like the little water bottle weight system that they have, this rubber piece that slips on to the legs of this and holds it down so it doesn't tip forward or slide around when it fires. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like the water bottles. I don't want to carry them around in my car. At first, I filled them with sand in my green pitching machine. That still didn't make me happy, so I ended up building a wood piece that I attached to the base of this, and then I put a brick on that, and that's what weighs it down. And if I use this on a regular basis, I'm going to do the same thing because I just wish that PopToss would make a weighted base that slid on instead of this plastic piece. I would pay extra for that. I'd pay for the shipping of that. You could either have it so that you put a brick on it, or you could put a hole in it and put like a tent stake through it to hold it in place. It would just be far superior, in my opinion, to this. But this is effective. This boot is effective. It does work. So it's not that it doesn't work. It's just that I don't like it. It's not my cup of tea. So getting into the second thing that I don't particularly like about the pitching machine. And I'll put some footage up here of Gavin and I using it so you can better understand what I'm kind of saying. But on the longer of the two distances, it fires from two distances. It fires from like 28 feet or so, and then like 35 feet. And 35 feet is a nice distance that allows you to take pretty good batting practice. And you can see that here as I'm taking my swings. But at 35 feet, you really need a pitching screen. You don't want to hurt your friends when you're out there taking batting practice. So use a pitching screen. And when you use the pitching screen, it's a little awkward. It's already a little awkward to have to load this with a bat because unlike the green pitching machine, when you're walking up to the front of it, you walk to the front of the green pitching machine and you load it from the front and then you walk back. It's a little less awkward. From this, you're kind of standing behind it when you're firing it, so you have to walk to the front of it so that you can load it to get the right bat angle. And so it's a little awkward to load, and it's a little more awkward than the green pitching machine to load. And when you add a net to it, it becomes even a little bit more awkward. So you can see here, this isn't the most efficient system, but it is working. Gavin's figuring it out. We're getting quality pitches in for me to hit. And then second, about the 35 feet, is that what you're really asking is whether or not this pitching machine is a better pitcher than your batting practice partner from 35 feet. It's not whether or not it's a better pitching machine, than your partner from the full length pitches, from the rubber out there on the softball field, because that's not what it's doing. It's throwing them from a shorter distance. So one of the things we normally do when we have batting practice, if people can't pitch and more, they're not very good at it, is we just move the screen up 10 to 15 feet. basically to where this pitching machine is lined up, and we let them throw from there. And from that distance, a lot more people on the team can throw strikes. It's kind of like cornhole. If you put the boards closer together, everybody becomes a little bit better at the game. So, you know, it's a little awkward to use from 35 feet. You need a pitching screen, and, you know, it's a little bit easier for people to pitch from that distance. But if we'll get to what I do like about it, if they can't pitch from that distance, this thing throws consistently. So let's get to what I do like about it, because I don't want you to think that I don't like this, because I do like this. It's small. It's compact. I can store it in the corner. I can store it in the closet. I can store it in the utility room. And I can store it in the trunk of my car. And that's the really cool thing. So I can throw it in the trunk of my car, my truck bed, with a bag of balls and a bat, and I'm ready for batting practice anytime. I don't have to take any amount of time. It doesn't take any time to set up. I just carry it out there, throw it in the wagon with everything else. I'm set up. I'm ready to go. And if you have fields that you regularly use that have nets on them, pitching screens already on them, it's even better, because you don't have to carry around a pitching screen. You just show up, drag the pitching screen in place, start popping away. For a compact design, this thing is light. It only weighs like 5 pounds, and for what it is, throwing the ball 35 feet is kind of impressive. So mechanically, they've done something very nice here. Second, it lets anybody pitch. So if you got a little one, my son is probably going to get a little older here, and he'll want to go with me. You know, I can show him how to load this with the bat and fire it and put him behind the screen, and he'll probably have a blast, and I'll get to hit some extra balls, and it'll be a good time had by both of us. You know, if you have somebody else out there that just can't throw the ball from that distance, and you want to still take batting practice, you know, this solves that problem, and you don't take up a lot of space by storing it. And because of the other thing that I like is that, unlike the green pitching machine, which is a vacuum seal where the plunger comes down and seals by vacuum, it requires maintenance, and dirt, moisture, and temperature can make it just not shoot properly. It either shoots too early, or it foul shoots and does all kinds of strange things. The Pin PopToss, it doesn't matter. You can get some dirt in it, you can get some water in it, you can use it in cold or hot weather, you can store it in the trunk of your car, you can get to 120 degrees. It does not matter, because it's just 100% mechanical. The plunger pushes down, and this pin locks into the plunger itself, and then when you push it, it releases and it fires. So none of those same concerns that you get from the green pitching machine are applicable to this, because you don't have to maintain it in the same way. It's just going to work for you. So compact, consistent. Here in this very last clip that I'm going to play for you, you'll hear me just kind of talking to Gavin and giving him my raw thoughts as we got to the end of this and I was using it. But overall, not a bad little pitching machine by PopToss. And the last thing, very last thing that I like is I like PopToss themselves. I like the company. My green pitching machine, I use that thing all the time. You see it in my videos. That's not an act. I take a lot of batting practice by myself. And it allows me to do that. And I've given that thing a workout in the last year, and I've had to replace the springs, and I broke the base of the green pitching machine, and I just sent them emails, and they sent me replacement parts. They sent me what I needed to fix it. And I just keep trucking along. So you buy it once, you buy it for life, because everything on this thing is warranted for life. So if the spring goes out, if the pin mechanism breaks, if the base breaks, if the shaft breaks, if something happens, email them, let them know. They're going to get you taken care of at no charge to you. They're going to get you that replacement that you need. So excellent product, customer service. And in keeping with that customer service, if you already own a green pitching machine or one of the other pitching machines by PopToss, email them if you're interested in this, because they will cut you a discount on it. If you are a previous owner, tell them that I sent you over, D-League BP sent you, and let them know that you're interested in the Pin PopToss. They'll give you a new price on that instead of what you see on the website, and they'll hook you up. So, you know, if you do want one of these, if you're interested in this, or if you go back and you see that video of me and the green pitching machine and you want one of those, I highly suggest you get it from poptoss.com. Don't get it from like Amazon or somewhere else. Go get it directly from their website. And you can use code DL12 at checkout to save yourself $12 on your purchase. So I hope that was informative. I hope it brought you a little bit of more information about just another little piece of equipment that you can put into your bag of tricks in your softball as you try to get better and get more of a workout. So, you know, If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate it. Hit that like button for me. If you really liked it, hit that subscribe button for me. That means a lot to me. I really appreciate that. And just keep coming back and watching what I got for you. But until then, until that next video, I want you to keep doing your thing. Peace.
The thing I do like about it is it's not a perfect, like it doesn't throw it exactly the same place every time.
Yeah, so it kind of trains you better.
Yeah, like, because I mean, hitting it in the same place every time, that's what I got a tee for.
Yeah, exactly.
So